Baby, you're my cornerstone. You're the marrow in my bones. You can leave, but I won't let you go. You're the whitest picket fence, keeping my best secrets in. You can leave, but I won't let you go. And I spent a long, long time dreaming of your face in my mind. And I searched a long, long time for someone whose laughter rhymed with mine. And I waited a long, long time, but I'd wait another life for you. Hey! You're the locket on my chest, weighing on my every breath. You can leave, but I won't let you go. And I spent a long, long time dreaming of your face in my mind. And I searched a long, long time for someone whose laughter rhymed with mine. And I waited a long, long time, but I'd wait another life for you. 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 You.
Thank you so much. We're very honored to be here. We're married. And I'm Amber. Jared, this is Audrey and Autumn somewhere in here. We figured if we got pregnant for this, it'd be more inspiring if I was pregnant. So we planned it, hoped we'd get booked. Also, we have more time than we thought we did, so who wants to tell me about their day?
You and me get 5 minutes of uninterrupted eye contact starting now.
This next song is called Fire and Brimstone. It's about doing things your own way, but not so much in a good way, kind of defying any, wisdom or help or, that stubborn, like, I'm going to do this my way and how that can kind of backfire. Yeah.
I'm gonna head down to the river. I'm gonna float it out to sea. I'm gonna find myself the biggest fish and hope he swallows me. 'Cause I'll find some peace and quiet in the belly of that well, where I can think about the love we made, how I gave you hell, and besides I'm safe from fire and brimstone there.
I'm gonna head down to the desert with a serpent in my hand. I'm gonna walk straight through an ocean, right on past my promised land. 'Cause I'll find some peace and quiet where the birds and dead bones dwell, where I can think about the love we made and how I gave you hell. And besides, I'm safe from fire and brimstone there.
'Cause while I need angelic voices speaking when I least expect it, I just don't want every burning bush to give me good directions. I can find my own way honestly by listening to my lovers, just as long as I could say one thing and turn into another. I'm gonna brag about my visions. I'm gonna shove them down your throat. I'm gonna piss off all my brothers till they steal my color code. 'Cause I'll find some peace and quiet at the bottom of the well, where I can think about the love we made and how I gave you hell. And besides, I'm safe from fire and brimstone there. 'Cause while I need angelic voices speaking when I least expect it, I just don't want every burning bush to give me good directions. I can find my own way honestly by listening to my lovers, just as long as I can say one thing and turn into another. Oh. Wow, you guys are very gracious. Thank you so much. We've been tasked with setting the tone for the conference, so we figured we'd sing a lot about hell and despair and, being trapped in whales and things of that nature. But honestly, everything we write it from a standpoint of belief, and that's why we're really, really, really stoked to be here today. This song, kind of a funny story. I've shared it 100 times. I'll share it again. It's kind of funny. I was reading a lot of C.S. Lewis, just a great thinker, great writer, great author. Wrote some serious chronicles. And specifically, I was reading on the subject of hell and what he thinks about hell, and from a literary standpoint, a philosophical standpoint, a biblical standpoint, he was just thinking about hell from 100 different angles, and it really got me just kind of thinking about it. It's kind of been a hot topic in culture lately. Rob Bell released a big book and got everybody talking, and I was trying to explain to Amber, like, man, I'm just having these really deep thoughts about hell. It's really just blowing my mind. I sound like a stoner when I'm telling the story. And she says, you know, my idea of hell is a taxidermy shop. Backstory there. One time I was on my way to a gig. I used to play in a country band, and a buddy of mine, who's a good old boy, just redneck, drinks a lot of beer behind the wheel and such, you know, as smart people are wont to do. And in this specific instance, he had a good old natty light in one hand, and he's driving us to this gig, and he says, I got to make a pit stop. And he pulls over into this deserted little road thing, and I was, where are we going? And we pull up to this shack that looks straight out of Chainsaw Massacre movies or something, and we walk inside, and it's a taxidermy shop. And I've never been inside an actual taxidermy shop. I've grown up around stuffed things. I grew up in Albany, Georgia. But I'd never actually been in a taxidermy shop, and so I was explaining to Amber, like, you know, we pulled in there, and she said, that is my idea of hell. Just stuffed animals with fake eyeballs gleaming at you from every angle. So
I think it's the whole package. It's the taxidermy shop in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre shed on a backcountry road at night. Just the whole picture.
Right. But to bring it all back around, when I was writing the song about hell, and I brought it to Amber, there was one quote from Dorothy Sayers that I just read. And I wrote it down because I knew I'd botch it if I tried to say it. And she's talking specifically about belief. And Dorothy Sayers, if you don't know, is really famous for translating Dante's Inferno again. For like the 300th time. But and when she was writing on the subject of hell from Dante's point of view, she said, hell is full of despair. The sin that cares for nothing, seeks to know nothing, interferes with nothing, enjoys nothing, finds purpose in nothing, lives for nothing, and believes in nothing, and remains alive because there is nothing for which it will die. And so this song is called The Taxidermist, and it's from that point of view. This is hell without you here. I'll suffer under cover of all the windows that I've shuttered, doors that I've locked from the inside.
And it's winter in this house, house with no fire to keep me warm, and the quiet is the cruelest sound I've ever known. And I've got no chance of leaving, not sure I'd even try, 'cause I got things figured out here, just waiting around to die.
This is hell inside my head. I'll listen to your visions of open doors and highways, but I feel safest in the prison. This is hell. This is hell.
Thank you. I promise we're happy people. I always feel like I have to disclaimer that, like, 'cause I love our songs. And in that vein, this is about a man who wants to marry a prostitute. But moreover, the overarching story of unconditional love, because she, keeps leaving and going back to her old ways, and he just keeps, buying her back and keeps pursuing her even though she spits in his face. So just unconditional. So that's happy.
This is the story of how we met, by the way.
That is not funny. You've got to let that one go. Not a joke. You might think that I've been crying from these tired, crusty eyes as I plodded up the aisle like a lonely jilted bride, with a breadcrumb trail behind, leading to the exit sign, in a crooked kind of line. But I swear to God, I'm fine. Lift the veil that hides my face from view. You'll find beams in both my baby blues, hiding eyes that won't stay fixed on you.
'Cause I'm sure you've been around this backwoods Georgia town long enough to hear the sound of your name dragged through the ground. And they say that you're
They call me
a liar and a
liar and
you'll
whore.
always be that way.
Nothing and never
Ask for
be
more.
But you said, baby, leave that motel room.
Don't you wanna be free? Pack your bag and come with me.
You and I leave town this afternoon.
Don't you wanna be free? Pack your bag and come with me.
You're my bride and baby, I'm your groom.
Thank y'all so very much. I think that's it for our time. Y'all have an amazing conference. Thank you.